Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance on YouTube. Okay, so right now I'm going to be talking about this potential Disney pumping that's been going on. People are saying that, hey, um, if you talk about cards, I mean, are you saying that it's pumping? Not necessarily. It's just that if you're in a very niche market and all of a sudden you see different IG accounts, different people on YouTube talking it up, there could be some suspicious activity going on. That doesn't mean that there is, but I definitely want to look at it. And before I get into that Disney pumping, I want to talk about intrinsic value and how it's very important. My friend John from the J22 report, who came on earlier this year, he was talking about, hey, how he was able to determine the sports card bubble when he saw, this was February and March of last year, how the Sam Vincent card with Michael Jordan on it, and I believe Michael Jordan had the number 12 from my memory.
There's a saying, I don't know if your audience, because this is a sports card business with intrinsic value. And what intrinsic value is, it's value in and of itself. Uh, for example, like I was on your show a while ago and I talked about the Sam Vincent card. And I guess they say the value is Jordan had the number 12 on it. But to me, that's not intrinsic value. The intrinsic value would be Sam Vincent uh, career in and of itself. I'm not saying like anything bad about him. Like if you make it to the NBA, that's an accomplishment of itself.
Yeah, I think
And
what you're trying to say, sorry to interrupt, but last year during the top of the market, we saw that Sam Vincent card. It was the PSA 10 was selling for what, $550, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and you came on my show and you were talking about how even though you didn't have any knowledge, too much knowledge about the sports card industry, the fact that you saw the Sam Vincent card at such a high price, you were able to call it a bubble, and this thing would coming down. Could you elaborate more on that?
yeah. In that, it's there was no intrinsic value of a Sam Vincent card in and of itself. It was only that one that had Jordan as a number 12. And generally speaking, like during the .com scams, and even during the gold and silver scams, one of the scams that is that a lot of companies would just have the word gold in it, and it would go up. And it had nothing to do with mining or even gold related company. It just had the word gold in it. So uh, to me, that was one of the scams is they'll sell stuff with not really intrinsic value. Like a Michael Jordan card that says Michael Jordan on it, that has intrinsic value because Jordan products in and of itself have.
Which is not the number that he wore. I think that his jersey was stolen that day. And what John was able to figure out didn't make sense. And how does this intrinsic value tie into this Disney pumping and the or potential Disney pumping or the potential or not the potential but the Marvel pumping that happened and the Star Wars pumping, right? These are very small markets and it doesn't take a whole lot of money to make this go higher. Apple stock, for instance, you talk it up, well, it's going to be hard. It's going to basically be impossible to pump up Apple stock. But based on social media content, it's not that hard to do that. And also, if you're buying it beforehand. And what happened in the auction last night, or before I do, is some story. Pancake Analytics, who helped me figure this out, or put the pieces together, he is a huge Disney collector, and he saw these Lorcana cards, and people were talking about them, and he noticed some irregular activity. And with this activity, he was saying that, look, different influencers are talking it up, etc., etc., etc.
So here's total sold, right? Really high at the beginning. Everybody was posting that Orkana Mickey card, which was actually free at the booth. Now, total sold is very much flat, rarely gets sold now, but the average price is much higher. I love this graph, right? Combo graph, you can see the average price with the amount sold. Typically, average price goes up when items sold goes down. That's what I see in my career, other industries. For this, not so the case, but be interesting to see what happens. If these content creators make any more reels about it. They've had grading submission reveals, just informational about the set. I'm a Disney collector, right? I'm cautious about this set because the game hasn't even been released yet. There probably is going to be a set promo release at every D23. You are seeing high sales for when the creators sign the card too, right? It just screams to me people who missed out on Pokemon Grails, Magic the Gathering Grails, are treating this as like the newest like Disney Grail and sticking to like, okay, what they've seen successful in those TCGs, right? Like creators autographs, artists autographs. I'm sure what will be really popular is if this game takes off and there's tournaments, there'll be maybe victory cards that, will get the I need this FOMO because I missed out on the Pokemon victory cards, etc. like that.
The ironic part about all of this is that not ironic, but the strange thing is that if you look at the auctions, the winning bids for some of them, or the second highest bid, has the same amount of reviews. This was as of last night that I took the screenshots, but I think it had, 1,570 reviews and the winning bidder. And it appears to be tied to Steve Aoki's eBay account, right? Steve Aoki has a ton of money. Steve Aoki's dad or late father owned Benihana, from my understanding. They had a lot of money. Steve Aoki also is a DJ. And there's one song that I like with him, collaboration with Linkin Park. And I forgot the name of that song. And the thing is, he's buying it up. He has the money. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's pumping and dumping. All it means is that it's quite strange where you have these influencers talking it up. Aoki buys it. Maybe Aoki listens to these guys. He follows some of these guys on YouTube, from my understanding. And just think about it. If some of these guys were able to convince Aoki to buy some of these cards, and then people were saying, hey, don't be negative, like with the PMGs, don't be negative, right? You want your collections to go up higher, so you can't talk bad about it, right? That was the talk during the hype. But in reality, just looking at Pancake Analytics work, it's just a few skewed sales making people believe that, hey, look, these are great investments, but in reality, it's not. It's pumped up. It's hyped up. And this similar pattern, he's noticed with other cards going ridiculously higher, using these all-time high sales to say that, hey, this is a great investment. It's not. These have no intrinsic value, in my opinion. And if you see an influencer saying that these are good investments, good speculation, that's a good speculation, you should question them. Why are you saying that? Because looks like Aoki has big money, right? And Pancake Analytics, he's a collector, so he knows what Disney collectibles are in demand and stay in high demand over a long period of time, and he noticed what's hype. So it's the same pattern over and over again. I just wanted to highlight this. And the thing is, I personally believe that these cards don't have that much value, but these influencers may hype it up, may talk it up, may get more demand than otherwise. And you have to remember, Josh Luber's paper talks about the hype cycle, right? And we'll have to see how long this hype lasts, but it's something that I wouldn't touch. I usually don't speculate in Disney. I do have some Disney cards out there, but I was buying way before Golden had that sale and PSA had that, I think, Instagram post. So it is what it is. Just wanted to highlight that, guys. Anyways, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.